Next. Yes, you there. Step forth. Name and status. A sky captain. How quaint. But that was not what I meant by status. By the look of you, this is probably your first visit to the Blue Kingdom. I cannot seem to find your name registered anywhere. An invisible, then. Just perfect. An administrative nightmare was exactly what I needed today. Well, I suppose it's too late to back out now. So, Captain, I will be your administrator today and help you with your registration. Welcome to the stone-faced court. First of all, I should inform you that you are, at the moment, trespassing in the land of the dead. The Blue Kingdom is, for all intents and purposes, an afterlife, a realm of the dead and gone. The so-called living may visit, but not like this, barging in without the proper paperwork. You have no reason to frown, Captain. Our heavenly bureaucracy keeps the realm in order. I have the honor of inhabiting a small role in the finely tuned machinery that is the Blue Kingdom. Our bureaucracy really is without equal in all of the realms of the high wilderness. It is based on a very simple and efficient system. Residents and visitors alike are required to have their official status declared by an authorized bureaucrat in the kingdom's employ, such as myself. Those who do not are considered invisible, which is a most precarious state to be in. As an invisible, you will meet with very little hospitality here. You will not find much work either. Here at the stone-faced court, it is possible for the invisible to be granted the status of anti-deceased. The anti-deceased are beings who are pre-death. They consider themselves to be alive, but have registered their intent to one day perish. The anti-deceased, although properly registered and with valid paperwork, still only has a limited access to the kingdom's services. Then we have the ephemera. The ephemera are spirits who, unlike you, Captain, came to the kingdom in the proper way, by dying. Their goal is to pass through Death's Door, a location to the north of here, and ascend beyond it. It is a noble pilgrimage. Lastly, there are the yoked, those of the dead who have pledged themselves to the Blue Kingdom. To stay here and serve. They are lowly laborers, but still important for the inner workings of the kingdom. They are compelled to perform strange and grueling tasks, and in order to be able to do this, they may be granted certain privileges, like access to places and creatures that others are not granted, not even the ephemera. The yoked fly from their service in larger numbers than many officials will admit, so there are always a need for more. It will be a good choice for you, Captain, if you wish to gain access to a larger amount of the kingdom's services and locations. If your mind and your body can handle the grueling work, you might want to give it a try. So, anti-deceased, ephemera, or yoked, those are your choices, Captain. You do not actually have to be dead to achieve any of those statuses. It's mostly a question of paperwork. But the only status we can grant you here at the stone-faced court is that of anti-deceased. For any of the others, you would have to seek out other locations in the Blue Kingdom, and travel can be challenging. That's where the locoi come in. A logos is a living word, a commandment spoken by the Sapphire King himself. They are decrees, laws, statements about how the realm should be. To look at, they are giant wheels of spinning fire, an utterance of glory. The locoi patrol every corner of the kingdom, and does not hesitate to strike down anyone that violates its rules. They are relentless. There are 3 different orders of locoi. They may hunt or protect an individual based on their status. The Asser Order of Perfection hunt the anti-deceased, those who dare to be legally alive in the land of the dead. The Golden Order of Visitation delivers judgments to the ephemera, for not all of them will be allowed to ascend. The Crimson Order of Propriety includes the taskmasters of the kingdom. They deal with those of the yoked who are overly seen or excessively heard, and make an example out of them. The invisible are hunted by all of the locoi. How you managed to get here alive all the way from the relay is beyond me. Sometimes luck favors the stupid, I suppose. Are you wondering about our divine ruler, the one who spoke the locoi into existence? Of course you are. The Blue Kingdom is ruled by a living judgment. The Sapphire King, also known as the Asur and as the westernmost king. He suffuses the entirety of the Blue Kingdom, but he emanates from its heart, the place we call Death's Door. The Sapphire King is believed to be a member of the Amaranthine Conjunction, which follows the philosophy of culmination and ending. I am fond of this theory myself. It is quite fitting for a god of the dead. Death's Door is the end of the ephemeras pilgrimage. It is where they go to ascend and spend eternity with the Sapphire King. Near the doorstep lies the Endless Furrows, rumored to once have been lush gardens. It is now little more than a muddy mess. This is where the ephemera, and only the ephemera, is allowed to search for the door that leads to their ascension. Each spirit has their own door, and to find it, they have to dig and dig and dig. There is also the White Well, which is very close to our present location. You probably saw it on your way into port. That is where we throw the failed dead, those who are not deemed worthy of residing in the Blue Kingdom. The ones who have, in some way or another, displeased the Sapphire King. Yes, that could have been your fate, Captain, if I had decided to cast you away. And no, I will not tell you about my own kind. The fate of the Graven is none of your concern. There is, one more thing you ought to know, Captain. Although, by the looks of you, it is probably already too late. Since the majority of the population is dead, supplies fitting the living can be hard to come by in the Blue Kingdom. If you did not bring enough food from the land of the living, you can buy petrichor, the food of the dead, here. But it is said that if the living consume the food of the dead, they will find it exceedingly difficult to leave the Blue Kingdom. If you are having trouble convincing the inhabitor of the threshold to let you leave, then you are left with only two choices, Captain. Settle down in the Blue Kingdom for good, or become ephemera, travel to Death's Door, and ascend. The latter is a most noble path, one that I would highly recommend. However, not everyone will be allowed the status of ephemera, and not all ephemera will be judged fit for consumption. I mean ascension. An antedeceased can apply for ephemera status in the court of the Mayflies at the House of Days. An invisible cannot apply there. I can declare you antedeceased for the cost of 100 sovereigns and 3 sky stories. No less and no more. I never said it would be free, did I? If you are not willing or able to pay, you are more than welcome to take your chances with all of the locoi. So, which is it, Captain? Time to make a choice.